Hey y'all, 2001 Yukon XL. Removing this rear evaporator to get to the expansion valve. You can do this without taking the whole box out, and you can also do this without removing the lines from the heater core. Let's check it out. First, you need to go underneath. Go underneath and remove the bolt, the nut from this bolt and the nut from this bolt. You'll need a Torx driver socket to put on the end of the bolt to keep it from spinning out inside the plastic housing above. If you don't hold on to that while you take that nut off, a good chance is you're going to spin that thing out of the plastic, and then you'll be in a world of hurt. So 10mm on the nut and a Torx E6 socket right there. Okay, obviously disconnect your AC lines. Notice my heater lines are still connected. All right, I did not have to take those loose. So I've disconnected the AC lines, disconnected those two bolts. Now we're going to go back up top. So once you're back up here, you have, let me move this out of the way. Obviously there's screws you can get to around the perimeter on the outside, but there's some screws you can't get to that are underneath, and without unbolting the studs, you can't raise this up. Now once you've got the bolts off of there on the bottom, you can raise this unit up. I've taken it loose from here on the other side as well, right here. Okay, all right, and then there is a, sorry about the lighting, there's a screw that goes in right here. Where's it at? Right here where my finger is. And once you're able to raise this up, this heater core has some play, so it'll go up and down a little bit to get you to move this thing around. Now there's screws you can't get to that are on the back side of this, but you don't need to do that, because once you get the side screws loose, there's one right there, and there's one in the corner right here that you can get to. Once you raise this up, you can get your ratchet in there. Those are all 5.5mm or 7/64, I believe, socket. All right, then all you have to do is pull this back a little bit and wedge out and up on the core, on the evaporator, and it'll come out. All right, now I can get to the expansion valve. I can blow out this thing, blow out the coils and flush it out before I reinstall it. So what led to this is a compressor failure, which has got chunks of metal all in my lines, so I've got to flush all the lines. See the lines down there? I've still got to flush those out. But I was really perplexed at how I was going to get this expansion valve off, and I watched a lot of videos. Some guys were just bending the lines. Other people were taking out the whole entire unit. I don't know, something clicked, and I thought, well, what if I can loosen these bolts and get it free enough to get this plastic to flex off of here without taking the whole case out, because I didn't want to disconnect the heater core. That was my biggest thing, because I'm in a garage. I didn't want the mess of the lines going everywhere, and you know how those heater core couplers are anyway. Those things are brittle sometimes, and they can snap on you. In any case, one less step to have to do. Now I'll go ahead and get this expansion valve changed out and get this thing cleaned up and get it reinstalled after I flush the lines, and hopefully I'll be good to go. Y'all have a good one.